Good morning. Hello, good morning. I'm Julie Pinsino, and I'm happy to serve this congregation as a member of your Board of Trustees. Thank you for joining us both in line and in person. Please scan the QR code on the screen to let us know that you are here. So it's up there. Get a digital version of our order of service and find our donations page. If you're visiting with us this morning, welcome. We have a first-time visitor gift for you at the greeters table. Excuse me. And one of our beloved volunteers will be available in Sloter Lounge, which is the glass-enclosed room at the back corner of the worship center, to share our getting to know UU information. And whether this is your first visit or your 500th visit, we welcome anyone who would like to learn more about who we are and what we believe here at First UU to come chat with us after the service. Please find me or another member of the board in Beach Hall after the service to talk things all about the church. And now we have a few announcements for this morning. Next Saturday, February 3rd, is our next Pathways to Membership class at 9 a.m. or 8:30 if you want breakfast. If you're interested in exploring the various paths to involvement here at First UU, connecting with groups and members who share similar interests, this class is for you. There is no obligation to become a member. Sign up online or ask me about it in Beach Hall after church. And School for Young Children is opening their applications for the 2024-25 school year. They are available on Jovial from now until February 16th. And look for links in Friday News or call our offices for more information. And if you are willing to help test our new membership database, please let Reverend Kelly know. This is our final step before we can roll out the database to the rest of the congregation. The Anti-Racist Allies groups invites you to a variety of educational and enjoyable events during Black History Month. This Thursday, February 1st, the Ohio History Connection presents Who Needs Black History Month? Details and more are available in Friday News or on your First UU Facebook page. And mark your calendars for our church's mid-year meeting on February 25th at 11:15 a.m. Join us for this special gathering where we'll reflect on the events of the past year, share exciting updates, and discuss what lies ahead for our community. As valued members, your presence is crucial. Stay tuned for more details, and we can't wait to come together and make this meeting a meaningful and collaborative experience. And the 8th Principal Town Hall that was supposed to be held today has been rescheduled for February 18th. And finally, you are invited to the Enchanted Forest Ball. It's on Friday, February 16th at 6:30 p.m. Step into a magical realm at our all-ages Enchanted Forest Valentine's Ball, hosted by the First UU Youth Group. Dress in your most magical attire, pose under the twinkling lights in the booth photo, and enjoy some delicious treats as we come together to dance and raise funds for whatever they're going to do this summer. And tickets are $10 each. And please rise in body or in spirit to sing our opening hymn, number 13, in the Gray Hymnal. I'm surprised.
Songs of spirit like a breath. Good morning. I'm Amanda Hayes. I use she, her pronouns, and I am the Justice Minister here at First UU. We begin this service by acknowledging that we gather on the ancestral lands of the Adena, Hopewell, Wyandotte, Miami, Seneca, Erie, and Cayuga people. We cultivate this awareness that concrete acts of solidarity, healing, and reparation may accompany our symbolic acknowledgements. So you're probably expecting to see Reverend Teresa this morning, but she's unable to join us for the service today due to a bad cold. So she was going to preach the sermon today, and we've decided that you all are going to share stories as the sermon. We'll be asking you, with a partner, to share stories of a change in your life that has been challenging for you. So this won't come until later in the service, and it'll just be you and one other person that you're not we're not putting you on the spot up on the stage or anything. So anyway, you can start thinking about a story that you'd like to share about a change that was challenging for you.
Good morning, everyone. I hope you remember me. My name is Minister Shannon High, and I want to go ahead and get us centered for our service today. I will be speaking the words of the Sufi poet Rumi. This being human is a guest house. Every morning, a new arrival, a joy, a depression, a meanness, some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all, even if they are a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house empty of its furniture. Still, treat each guest honorably. He may be clearing you out for some new delight. The dark thought, the shame, the malice, meet them at the door laughing and invite them in. Be grateful for whatever comes, because each has been sent as a guide from beyond. Some words for us to think about this morning. If we could, let us all rise in body or in spirit while our children meet in the back to prepare to bring in the light. Please turn to your neighbors to introduce yourselves and to share. Okay, should I give him time? I hope you're all enjoying everyone's company this morning. We're going to bring ourselves back to center. It is now time for our children to bring in the light.
I am Reverend Meg McGuire. I'm grateful to serve as the affiliated community minister of this congregation. And I'll offer our chalice lighting words this morning from the Reverend Eric Walker Wickstrom. Here today, in this place, with these people, may we listen so that we can hear. May we hear so that we can feel. May we feel so that we can know, and may we know so that we can change ourselves and this world. May we light this chalice, and may it light our way.
Thank you, Ted, for your help lighting our chalice this morning. Good morning. Good morning. I'm Amber Scott, your Director of Religious Exploration, and my pronouns are she, her. Today's story is called After the Fall, How Humpty Dumpty Got Back Up Again, written and illustrated by Dan Santat. My name is Humpty Dumpty. This was my favorite spot high up on the wall. I know it's an odd place for an egg to be, but I loved being close to the birds. Then one day, I fell. I'm kind of famous for that part. Folks called it the Great Fall, which sounds a little grand. It was just an accident, but it changed my life. Fortunately, all the king's men managed to put me back together. Well, most of me. There were some parts that couldn't be healed with bandages and glue. After that day, I became afraid of heights. I was so scared that it kept me from enjoying some of my favorite things. I walked past the wall every day, and I would think about climbing that ladder again. I really missed the birds and being so high above the city, but I could never do it because I knew accidents can happen. I eventually settled for watching birds from the ground. It wasn't the same, but it was better than nothing. Then one day, an idea flew by. Making planes was harder than I thought. It was easy to get cuts and scratches, but day after day, I kept trying and trying until I got it just right. My plane was perfect, and it flew like nothing could stop it. I hadn't felt that happy in such a long time. It wasn't the same as being up with the birds, but it was close enough. Unfortunately, accidents happen. They always do. I almost walked away again, but then I thought about all the time I spent working on my plane and all the other things I missed, and I decided I was going to climb that wall. But the higher I got, the more nervous I felt. I didn't want to admit it. I was terrified. I didn't look up. I didn't look down. I just kept climbing one step at a time until I was no longer afraid. Maybe now you won't think of me as the egg who is famous for falling. Hopefully, you'll remember me as the egg who got back up and learned how to fly. The end. Change can be uncomfortable. In this book, Humpty Dumpty conquers his fear to change the storyline. May we each be courageous as we discover how to move our shared story forward. Together, let us sing our young people back to their families and out to class.
In the month of January, we've been sharing our donations with the Bottoms Up Diaper Bank. Since its inception, Bottoms Up has delivered more than 3 million diapers to over 70 food pantries and childcare facilities in 16 counties in Ohio, ensuring that families have access to the diapers they need to keep their children clean, dry, and healthy. Please use the QR code on the order of service. Text the number on the screen. Oh, we don't have that anymore. We should change that. Oh, there it is. Or click the donate tab to share as you feel called. Your gifts to help build a better church and a better world. Thank you. Our offering will now be gratefully received.
In addition to sharing our financial resources, another way that we build community is by sharing joys and sorrows with one another. There is also a new rideshare form posted on the bulletin board that will help folks get rides to church, so check that out and consider helping a new member. This morning, we extend our care and condolences to Jeff Mize, whose mother, Lena Batista Dre, passed away a few weeks ago. We hold Jeff and all of those in our wider community whose hearts might be heavy this morning. We hold them with our love and concern.
And now, if you could please join me in the spirit of prayer and meditation as I share with you a poem by poet Rosemary Watola Tromer titled, "And Mean It Too." In every second, 100 trillion neutrinos pass through the body. 100 trillion subatomic particles move through us as if we were sieves, no, as if we were nets with holes so big that whole islands travel through without us noticing. It thrills me to think of the self, so porous, so leaky. Imagine if thoughts too could clear us with so little friction, so little affect. How many hopes and hurts just today have I let stick? Imagine them breezing through the aorta. Imagine them gliding through the brain, slipping through the core of us, finding no purchase, no anchor. Imagine the miracle that in any given moment, we don't fall through our chair, our bed, the floor. Imagine, permeable as we are, we still coalesce enough to look at another, to see each other as whole. We still manage to pick up the mesh of a phone, succeed in moving our holy lips, and hundreds of trillions of neutrinos later, with total certainty, manage to promise a solid, "I love you." Imagine with these pervious hands, we might carry each other, might cradle each other, might welcome each other home.
who help us most to grow if we let them, and we help them in return. Well, I don't know if I believe that's true, but I know I'm who I am today because I knew you. Like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes the sun, like a stream that meets a boulder halfway through the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But because I knew you, I have been changed for good. It well may be that we will never meet again in this lifetime. So let me say before we part, so much of me is made of what I learned from you. You'll be with me like a handprint on my heart. And now, whatever way our stories end, I know you have rewritten mine by being my friend. Like a ship blown from its moorings by a wind off the sea, like a sheet dropped by a skybird in a distant wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But because I knew you, because I knew you, I have been changed for good. And just to clear the air, I ask forgiveness for the things I've done you blame me for. But then I guess we know there's blame to share, and none of it seems to matter anymore. A ship blown from its moorings by a wind off the sea, like a sheet dropped by a bird in the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? I do believe I have been changed for the better. Because I knew you, because I knew you, because I knew you, I have been changed for good.
Our reading this morning is from the book Managing Transitions by William Bridges. Several important differences between change and transition are often overlooked when people think of transition as simply gradual or unfinished change, or when they use change and transition interchangeably. With a change, you naturally focus on the outcome that change produces. If you move from California to New York, the change involves crossing the country and then learning your way around the Big Apple. The same is true of your organization's change to its service culture or its reorganization into global teams. In such cases, the affected people have to understand the new arrangements and how they'll be affected by that change. Transition is different. The starting point for dealing with transition is not the outcome, but the ending that you'll have to make in order to leave the old situation behind. Situational change hinges on the new thing, but psychological transition, that depends on letting go of the old reality and the old identity that you had before the change took place. We'll invite you now to stay seated and join us in singing hymn number 1003, Where Do We Come From?
Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Where do we come from? Where do we come from? Mystery, mystery, life is a riddle and a mystery. Mystery, mystery, life is a riddle and a mystery. Where do we come from? Where are we going? Where do we come from? Where are we going?
So, as I said early in the service, we would like to invite you into a time of sharing your stories with one another. We believe sharing our stories is a wonderful way of building community. As William Bridges noted in our reading, there's a difference between the changes that happen to you and the way in which you process that and make meaning of that change, which is transition. Transitions, even those that we welcome and have chosen, always begin with an ending, something we have to let go of for something new to come into being. So we're going to take some time to share our stories with one another. If you are willing, we invite you to find another person. Maybe it's someone you know well, maybe it's someone you haven't met before. And take about 5 minutes each to share your own story of a change or transition that has been challenging for you. It doesn't have to be your most vulnerable story, just something you've learned from. If you don't feel comfortable sharing out loud right now, you're also welcome to instead take this time to reflect on your own about a story of challenging personal change, and there will be a second opportunity to share with a partner. For those of you online, please use the chat to share and reflect together. The chat will be visible to the public only during the live stream and will be unavailable for playback, as to be mindful of your privacy. All right, find your partners. If you have not had the chance to swap within your pairs, it might be a good time to do that now. If you've not had a chance for the second person to share their story, this would be a good time to swap. All right, and now I'm going to pull you out of your wonderful conversations. Going to pull you out of your wonderful sharing with your current partner. I'm going to pull you guys out of your wonderful conversations with your current partner and actually ask you to find a different partner. And we'll do the same thing again, but for a shorter time. And you may want to share the same story, because in the telling and the listening, you may have processed it to a point where the story is a little bit different now. Or you may have remembered a different story of change that you'd like to tell with your new partner. And you could share that story instead. So we'll take about 5 minutes total for this second sharing. So find a second partner. Again, I'll just say, if you haven't swapped with your partner in your storytelling, this would be a good point to switch so that you each get a chance to share. If you haven't had a chance to switch yet, this would be a good opportunity. And now it's time for us to rise in body or in spirit and sing number 1057 from our Teal hymnal. The words are also on the screen. Go Lift It Up.
From Mary Catherine Bateson, these words: ambiguity is the warp of life, not something to be eliminated. Learning to savor the vertigo of doing without answers or making shift and making do with fragmentary ones opens up the pleasures of recognizing and playing with pattern. Finding coherence within complexity, sharing within multiplicity. Improvisation and new learning are not private processes. They are shared with others at every age. The multiple layers of attention involved cannot be safely brushed aside or subordinated to the completion of tasks. We are called to join in a dance whose steps must be learned along the way, so it is important to attend and respond. Even in uncertainty, we are responsible for our steps. And now we will extinguish our chalice together. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of vision. As we go forth, let us heal and transform ourselves and our world through reason and love.
Let all our hearts open wide, feeling the Spirit deep inside, and from within shine your light, bright as the day through the darkest night.